Hey everybody, it's Paul Marcolonis here with another video. This video is going to be about 20 reasons why WrestleMania 29 is going to suck. Now you remember the old days, when we talk about WrestleMania, it's like the greatest time of the year, it's basically the wrestling Super Bowl, the World Series or whatever, the NBA Championship game. It's a big thing, everything's leading up to this big night, one night. All the storylines come together and make a great show. Now, I compare like this era, the PG era, more to like school. You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania is like the last day of school for me in the PG era. Just in the case of basically you deal with a lot of shit all year, and then finally it's your big day to celebrate. That's what WrestleMania is for. But now this WrestleMania, it's gonna suck, guys. You know it. Alright, reason number one, the rematch mania. Yeah, that's the easy one right there. Raw versus Cena. We've seen this. Got freaking Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. We've seen this. Yeah, there's other matches. I mean, it's all about making rematches from old patched up matches from former pay-per-views. Second one is Predictamania. I mean, you know what's going to happen. Who's going to win? You know Taker's going to win, which I'm happy for. That's the only thing I'm happy for. It's going to be a good match either way. Taker has to keep winning. You know John Cena's going to go over on The Rock, which is bullshit. I can get into that later. I can rant about that for days, but I'm not going to deal with that bullshit right now. You know Triple H is going to get his revenge over Brock Lesnar. It's fucking stupid. You know the Breakfast Club versus the Shield, which is another rematch basically. It's going to be freaking Breakfast Club going over finally. Finally, the freaking the Big Bad Shield at the biggest pay-per-view of the year. They get their revenge. I mean, it's fucking stupid. You forget half these matches already off the back. It's fucking stupid. Number three, John Cena winning. He's gonna beat The Rock. I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, he's done everything else, and now he's gonna win a title out of it. We're gonna have another John Cena title match. That's fucking bullshit. He's had enough titles, he dropped to The Rock, and I guess he's gonna get his fucking redemption bullshit. Number four, Triple H winning. I mean, this whole match is kind of stupid, but it's throwing like I got more interesting while it's on, and I'm kind of a little bit into this matchup. Of course, Triple H needs his redemption against Brock Lesnar. There's probably some stipulation where it's going to be an MMA match, and Triple H somehow going to fucking beat Brock Lesnar at his own game. Of course, it's bullshit again. Number five, big stars don't have direction. I mean, we're getting close enough to the pay-per-view where you can start saying, okay, we know what's going to happen, where these matches should be. All the matches should be already set in stone, and there should be building up for these matches. But we got all these big stars that don't have matches that you don't know what they're doing. You got freaking Dolph Ziggler. What is he gonna do? Fight Jericho? What is Chris Jericho doing? I mean, not big names. I guess he's doing a triple threat run against Wade Barrett. With The Miz, and that doesn't make sense too. Because I mean, I don't know what the hell that story's going either. I mean, you got Team Hell No. What the hell are they doing? Kane and Daniel Bryan, two great wrestlers. The PG, the crap out of those fuckers. Where are they going at? Who are they gonna face? Other big names, you just don't know who they're gonna face. It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Number six, characters are just thrown into matches instead of put in storylines. This makes me very upset. The whole CM Punk versus Taker, there's no storyline into it. This is a guy that is a big star in the company, and the only reason he's in this matchup is to face The Undertaker because they had nothing else for him. They ain't got to put him in a mid-card match versus freaking Jericho or some shit. It might be a good match. No, they have to put him against Taker because there's nothing left for him. You got that, I think that, like I said earlier, the Continental Championship, the Miz and Chris Jericho, the title match. You have to throw these guys in there. You had nothing planned for them, no rivalries or whatever. I mean, it's Cesaro figures are being put in a match with somebody. I mean, and basically the Shield versus the freaking Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club had nothing to do. They had no titles to win or whatever, so they had to be put in that match. They just had nothing better to do, so just put those guys in a match and make it seem big, but it really isn't not. And it kind of pisses me off a lot. Number seven, the Shield versus the Breakfast Club. You got to put three youngsters in there who beat them a few times. We've seen this match over and over again. This is rematch mania. I should have had that in the first one, but we've seen this match over and over again. The Shield keep winning, but you know what's going to happen. The Shield's going to come out, freaking lose this one. They're finally going to get they're finally the good guys are going to get over on the fucking good, heel stable. It's just fucking bullshit. I mean, we see this match over and over again with Ryback with other characters involved. It's just getting stupid by now, and they should stop doing this for a while. Have the Shield do something different, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Number 8, some of the storylines don't make sense. Shield versus basically the Breakfast Club. I mean, I just don't. The only problem I have with that is with the Big Show. The Big Show should have been the third guy, not Ryback. You were setting up for this big main event, and I thought it would be a great main event. Now, I was actually looking forward to it between Ryback and Mark Henry. That is actually WrestleMania worthy of a mid-card match. Two big guys going at it. But you end up putting them on SmackDown for fucking some reason. I don't know what the fuck happened. But and now he's got to face the Shield. He's going to get his revenge on the Shield. Like, what the fuck is that bullshit? You know, Big Show, he's getting his ass kicked by the Shield. You think he want to do something about it and freaking beat up the Shield at Mania, which would make sense. To join, have like a, I don't like you, you don't like me, but let's just win this so we can get this over with and beat these guys up because we don't like these guys kind of moment. That would have been a better match in my opinion. Because, and of course, you just throw Big Show in there because he has nothing else to do. But no, you end up switching the match up and you make it freaking Ryback, Sheamus, and Randy Orton versus Shield. What kind of bullshit is that? It's fucking stupid. I mean, you ruin it. It could have been a good match. I mean, it probably been real slow, but the power versus power match, I mean, big guy versus big guy, it's just a big fight feel, a heavyweight title match kind of shit. I would have liked to see that personally. But no, they had to screw that over and just put Ryback back in the old matches. I kept losing that, and he finally get his revenge. Number 9, it's going to be outdoors. I don't have a problem with it being outdoors, but do you really want to run the risk of freaking ruining the whole pay-per-view because of weather? I mean, they did that, I think, Seattle. I can't remember the one versus Rock versus Hogan, I believe those. No, that was no, Shawn Michaels versus Trish Stratus was one of the matches. I can't remember. I think it was 17, Rock versus Austin for the last time. And basically, I mean, the outdoors can ruin the show, quite frankly. I mean, if it rains, what are you going to do? You're going to just schedule it for Monday? I mean, what happens if the weather makes it real bad? What if it snows somehow? You know what I'm saying? Like last year, they had a pre-show match, Justin Gabriel and the Texas Kid versus the tag. I can't remember the tag team match was going to be. And basically, I think Justin Gabriel botched it because the ropes were slippery from the outdoors and the humidity of Florida. So he slipped on the ropes and fell, and he could get hurt. People can get hurt off this. If it rains, the whole thing's over. I mean, if it's a rain delay, no, the whole freaking thing's over, basically. People don't want to get wet the whole day. I mean, they watch football all day, unfortunately, watching the Jets. I'm sorry, I had to go. I'm sorry. And what's in wet weather watching wrestling match? You can't really wrestle with it freaking when it's raining. That's why I always like the domes, because, you have the safety blanket of it could possibly rain or something, and you can actually get away from it. Number 10, it doesn't give you the excitement it used to do. You remember WrestleMania back in the day when those big matches would come in, you get excited. It was, you get that feel, this excitement. Just the word WrestleMania uttered give you that little twinkle in your eye. But this WrestleMania, it just has nothing going for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you have looking forward to besides, we know who's going to win, rematch after rematch, like every Raw is. I mean, it doesn't give you that pull that wants you to watch it, or, I remember the old WrestleManias, I could never order them. I didn't have the money to do it, so we didn't have the cable and all that stuff. I could probably still do it, whatever. But, I just couldn't wait till the day after, or I used to wake up at, 12 o'clock, before school. I used to go on my phone or the computer or whatever and just try to look up the, what happened in WrestleMania. I can't wait. Just like me and Christmas, a kid on Christmas. I just can't wait to see the results of like a WrestleMania. And then, but now I don't really give a fuck yet. I'll just watch Raw and see, who's the champ, and that's it, whatever. There's no point of it, quite frankly, I mean, it's like I said, it's like Christmas Eve, and, you're getting all excited because this thing's coming on, and then Christmas Day is finding out the results, or you're watching it, and it doesn't give you that feel no more because it's so dumbed down, and it's not worth watching. It doesn't have the same feel it used to get. Number 11, the path to WrestleMania is freaking boring as hell. It doesn't. What are the paths? You just have John Cena and The Rock going, okay, I want to beat you, I want to get redemption. It's like, I'm great, you can't beat me because I'm great. The CM Punk and The Undertaker, that kind of got boring until he stole the urn, and then, get the urn, let's make it a little more interesting. And you got basically Swagger and Del Rio, which was a good storyline, but they kind of dumbed it down, so it's kind of fizzling out for me. I'm losing kind of interest in it. I mean, what do you got? What do you got looking forward to? I mean, what's the big draw? Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. They had one good scene when Brock was bleeding, but that wasn't even supposed to happen. Unfortunately, the camera tried to go away from the blood, which made me fucking sick in my stomach. Because why run a great moment like that? I mean, this is trying to make a hype up for a pay-per-view and you ain't gonna have the guy bleeding on the television, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking stupid. And all the other matches, you just don't know what's gonna happen. It's just getting boring for me, and I just, I kind of want to get WrestleMania over with. That's the sad part about this. I want WrestleMania to get over with, get on with my life, and that's it's really stupid. Number 12. This is a WrestleMania for the egos, not for the ages. You know, all WrestleManias like WrestleMania 3. You saw a few more out there. 17. I like 20 personally, besides the Goldberg versus Lesnar match. But it used to be a WrestleMania for the ages. You know, just for everyone. You know, it's gonna be an instant classic. This WrestleMania is meant for egos, so the freaking big guys. It's meant for John Cena's ego to go over against The Rock. Show him that redemption bullshit. It's the ego of Triple H, who has probably one of the biggest egos with Cena up there. Get his revenge on Brock was, I ain't gonna get lost and do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of throw a Taker in there at the streak, but I mean, the streak's the streak, so you can't really mess with that. You know, you got the Breakfast Club going over in the Shield. I'd be shocked if they fucking lose that. You know, their ego, they have to beat the bad guys. That kind of bullshit. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Anything else? I mean, it's more meant for the egos and more about the show itself. You know, it's about going over on people. Number 13, the Hall of Fame induction will be more exciting than this WrestleMania. If you watch the show, it's gonna be more exciting. You're gonna see the guys out there. You know, the guys on that Hall of Fame thing is more freaking impressive than the people in WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony because I mean, it's a big start. Mr. Bob Backlund. You got freaking Bruno Sammartino. You got freaking final Bruno Sammartino. Then you got Mick Foley. And then you got some other guys. You got your Donald Trump, and I'm probably missing one more. And I apologize for the guy. I probably missed out on this one. Trish Stratus. Yeah. I don't know if there's any more. And I apologize if I missed anyone. Leave a comment. You know, if I missed someone. But yeah, I mean, those people alone are just more impressive than the whole freaking staff that got on there now. Just to watch them talking for fucking 5 minutes would be better than a fucking 10-minute promo for any of these wrestlers out there. Okay, we got number 14. Only got one good storyline going to it. That's the Jack Swagger versus Del Rio. The racism, you know, get the Mexicans out of the country. Oh, you see the John Cena is such a great story. Redemption, really, like the redemption bullshit. You know, he had the one the freaking greatest years of his career. You know, besides not winning a title, he won Money in the Bank. He won the Royal Rumble. He beat Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. Oh, so what? He loses against CM Punk in questionable weight. Bullshit. If you did that to any other superstar who didn't have a massive ego like John Cena, that's one of the greatest years I'm going to say. That's fucking bullshit that he's saying, oh, I had the worst year of my life. You know, I did all this great stuff. I want Superstar of the Year, and then he didn't have the title the whole year. That was fucking sick. You know, CM Punk deserved that. Don't like the guy, but I know he deserved it, quite frankly. Even with the Swagger storyline, I mean, that's starting to fizzle out. They're starting to do less and less of it. You know, they had the main event Wednesday where Swagger attacked Del Rio by the leg. It was a bad refereeing right there. I mean, referee had his back turned, and he was counting at 5 when he was outside there. And the referee turned his back to the Big Show, and he did the leg thing. And then the referee went back to 1, which is probably kind of bullshit. But what he got there, I mean, it's just it. You know, you got both the real make fun of him. I mean, it started to fizzle out, quite frankly. I thought it was really good, you know, all the hype again for it and stuff. And all, you know, it looked pretty good. I mean, it was a classic storyline, quite frankly. You know, I was enjoying it, but it's starting to lose its touch. And cause there's no other good storylines to go with it. You know, you can have other storylines go around that subject, or just, you know, in general, just have good storylines and freaking hey, you know. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. I mean, we've seen this rematch. You know what the thing is. They're trying to make it interesting, and I give them credit for it. Like Paul Heyman's trying to sell the shit out of this one. I'm happy for that. He did that stipulation thing, and I'm happy for that. But I mean, it's losing its touch, and it's starting to fizzle out, in my opinion. 15. They don't have a clue what to do with the minor titles. I mean, they got the apparently they got the Intercontinental Championship to be a 3-way or a singles match between the Miz, Jericho, Wade Barrett, or just Miz versus Wade Barrett. You know, 2 movie stars won that for some fucking reason. Oh, I have a better movie. No, I got a better movie. Well, put your title on. Let's see who has the better movie. It's fucking stupid. You know, I want Chris Jericho to win that one just so he doesn't have enough power rank. Chris Jericho, Y2J. And then you got the U.S. champion. What is Cesaro doing? I mean, he's just losing every week. You know, he looks impressive in some of his matches. I like Cesaro personally. I think he's a pretty fun guy. I like to see that guy as a face. You know, I saw him on a few videos. He looks like a cool guy. He's just, you know, a cool, relaxed guy, nice guy. Probably name a person to be a nice guy, but what's he doing? You know, the only thing they're doing to him is having him lose to all the big guys. You know, he's a young guy that can be pretty brought up to world heavyweight champion. You know, personally, I think he could be up there. Definitely the qualification for it. He has the strength, and I think he has some charisma. I think he can talk pretty well, even though it's a second language. You know, what are they doing with him though? I mean, they keep just cutting his entrance short and just have a preview for a stupid fucking movie, and then just have him, you know, just drop to somebody. You know, what's his thing? Who's gonna face him? You know, and to give the Miz another mid-card match against him. You know, another mid-card title match. Keep giving it to him. It's like the Miz is like the John Cena of mid-card. You know, he just keeps getting title at match after title match, and put some new guys in there. That's what I would like to see. I don't hate the Miz. I like the Miz, but that's how they're treating him. And then what you can do with the Divas title? If I can have like another 8 women or 6, I don't know how many Divas they got on the list anymore. I think they only have 6 now. The 6 female Divas freaking tag match or fucking title match or over the rope battle royal or some bullshit. Some stupid shit like that. And then that tag team titles. I thought Kane and Daniel Bryan were supposed to face each other. What the fuck happened to that? They had one when Kane punches them because you put the goat face thing on it, which is fucking stupid as hell. But then I said, oh, you know, they might split up. And then next week you have them winning. And like, oh, they're back together again. They're so good together. Like, what the fuck's the point? What is the point of that? You know, don't show one way and then go the other. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking retarded. You know, what, they got fixed Road Scholars, you know, who they buried them fucking Raw last week. You know, they should have made them beat the Outlaws and make them look impressive, but no, they fucking buried them. I mean, the only thing I can say that make me happy for this WrestleMania, if there's going to be a tag team match, would be the Outlaws versus Team Hell No, and the Outlaws won it. I'm a huge Outlaws fan. Nobody's Outlaws, not the Outlaws with the big Bob Orton's father and someone. I don't know who is Arn Anderson, someone. No, the New Age Outlaws. Okay, you know, I mean, there's no fucking placement for this. They don't know what they're doing with these titles. They should be, you know, you're going to have the Divas title in the middle of the match, but you have the World Heavyweight Championship match. The first match was fucking stupid. It's one of your main titles. They treat it less than the fucking female title. 16, the Attitude is going to get buried in this one. You know, I mean, it always started last year with Chris Jericho losing to CM Punk. And the New Age is going to take over fucking Attitude Era, one of the greatest eras. PG's going to go over. John Cena being The Rock, the Attitude Era is going to go down, and John Cena goes, yeah, we won, PG Era is better, you know. If CM Punk fucking beats The Undertaker, it's over. It's over for me. I'm done watching this shit. I really am. That's how far I'm going to this bullshit. Yeah, I just can't watch it no more. This shit happens, fuck no, you know. You probably got Chris Jericho losing, you know, I mean, Kane's probably going to lose his fucking match probably against Daniel Bryan or some shit. They do that, or you know, hopefully the Outlaws will come back. I don't know. I'm hoping for that. Okay, we're going 17 with going PG. They're going to replace the hardcoreness of the whole shit with dancing fat guys. You know this. There's going to be no blood. The only thing I'm hoping for is the Lesnar match to be a little blood involved. You know, but not like the John Cena where he busts them open and, oh, you have 10 minutes to fucking recuperate and hit him with a chain and fucking finish off in that. It's fucking bullshit. I mean hardcore, I have a hardcore. I have a TLC match, like, you know, you remember that one with the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian. That's fucking great match at WrestleMania 17. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had something classic like that. I mean, they used to do the Money in the Bank there, and I used to like Sean Benjamin in that match. He was actually really good at a lot of matches, in my opinion. He definitely plays body on line. He was innovative, you know, just some people just botch the shit he tried to do, and it's fucking unfortunate. You know, he's in my opinion, he's kind of like the black Jeff Hardy. This is my opinion. It's probably not a good comparison, but I mean, they're not going to have any hardcore shit in this. If they're going to have a hardcore, it's going to be chair shots to the back or the leg or some shit. I mean, there's going to be no blood involved in this. It's just going to be all clean wrestling. You know, they're going to have a prize segment with the fucking two fat guys dancing. I bet you they had a freaking segment last year where fucking Bro Slay was dancing. You don't think they're going to try that shit again? You don't think they're going to try some PG shit with Khali and them two fuckers and Hornswoggle? You don't think they're going to be dancing in the ring after they hit someone, like they hit 3MB or some shit? You don't know that? You don't think it's going to happen? There's going to be a PG segment. You're probably more than fucking going to see ever blood in this shit. And that makes me sad, because, I mean, I don't care really for the blood and hardcore, just don't fucking PG the shit out of this fucking show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really PG, but G the shit out of the show. I mean, that's G shit. That's not PG. It's PG could actually do something a little bit, you know? Number 18, this redemption storyline with John Cena fucking sucks. Like I said earlier, he's had one of the greatest years of his career. You get anyone the freaking year he had, they'll be like, oh my god, it's the greatest fucking year of my career. I'm in. I'm a main eventer now, blah, blah, blah. It's fucking, it doesn't make sense. Oh, I had the worst year of my life. So I lost to CM Punk's twice on false finishes. You know, I beat Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. Don't think about that though, 'cause I lost with the title 2 times. I won Money in the Bank, then lost because Big Show interfered. You know, I couldn't leave cleanly. Yeah, that's what Johnson was. Oh, you know, I won the Royal Rumble, but still, I had the worst year of my career, you know. I've done everything but win the title, and, you know, it's the worst thing ever, because, I've done everything else. It's fucking bullshit. It just gives me more and more of the freaking opinion that he's going to stay face and beat the Rock face, and they're going to have the fucking shake the hands at the end of the fucking match like Rock versus Hogan, passing the torch, which is fucking bullshit. Turn the fucker heel. Alright, the young talent, they're not using it enough. I mean, they're not putting them over, quite frankly. You know, except the Shield. I put the Shield in there, and I'm happy to see those guys in there. But what are the other young guys, like Alex Riley, Jackson Kidd, Justin Gabriel? You know, you can put Big E Langston in one of those fucking matches. Why not? Have a debut there. Don't put Fandango in there, because I can't stand the fucker. So why not use these guys? You know, they're probably going to be used in like a big tag team and a pre-show or some shit, and that's fucking sad. They should be on the big stage, get them their feet wet at WrestleMania so you can prepare them for the future, which I want to see, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and they're not going to put over the Shield again, not WrestleMania versus the good guys. It's fucking not happening. You know, use Alex Riley. I mean, people want fucking Alex Riley there. Where the fuck's Alex Riley? You want this guy here, you know? The whole thing I want to say, probably putting over young talent, which he's not really young anymore. I mean, he's young a while back. He'll probably be Dolph Ziggler win the World Heavyweight Championship. He's definitely going to catch that bitch in. Finally. Cashes in that Money in the Bank and wins it. I just can't wait for that, you know. I mean, finally he gets this fucking thing, you know. Hopefully he dumps the whole Biggie, AJ bullshit and just goes for his single career, you know what I mean? He finally wins that title, you know. I think Del Rio's going to win the match, and then bam, he's going to fucking win it. You know, that'd be fucking awesome, in my opinion. But I'd probably do some bullshit. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't do it there, I'll be fucking pissed off. Because what the fuck are they waiting for? And two, you know, if Del Rio wins it somehow, I'll be fucking pissed. And the other one was if they had a rematch later on during the night. Oh, I want my rematch. You know, do his little Spanish. I can do Spanish anyway. The como estás? I want my rematch. Yeah, if they do that, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Like, you know what I mean? And then have him fucking lose against, you know, Dolph Ziggler. He's your future, and it's never gonna use him. You know, it's gonna be what the hell happened to him. Number 20. The worst reason that this WrestleMania is gonna suck. It's gonna suck the most for the fans. Because we're gonna waste our money on this sad excuse for a pay-per-view. The biggest pay-per-view of the year. We're gonna waste our money on this bullshit that they're gonna give us and hand it out on there. Oh, it's WrestleMania though. No, it's just fucking bullshit what this is gonna be. You're gonna pay a lot of money, you know, to go see it fucking live. Yeah, I feel bad for the fucking fans going. I know some people on YouTube are going to see it live at the freaking pay-per-view. You know, I'm still thinking about buying it on pay-per-view. It'd be my first WrestleMania I ever watch, actually, pay-per-view. I watched every other one, you know, on YouTube or some shit, but this is probably my first one I watched live. Yeah, it's sad that we have to waste our fucking money on this, you know, sad excuse for PG bullshit. I'm not using PG as an excuse. I'm just throwing that word out there because I love using that word. I mean, it's sickening what they're doing to us. I mean, come on. You know, this is supposed to be the biggest event of the year, but it's not gonna be good as fucking that freaking maybe TLC or some shit. You know, just that one match. Yeah, the TLC match versus the Shield versus the Breakfast Club. I think that'd be better than everything on this fucking thing. But it's sad because it's something so great back in the day. It turns to this. It's like wrestling in general. I mean, something so great back in the 90s, even 80s. I love the 80s wrestling. I love the 90s, early 90s, late 90s, all that good shit. Compared to this fucking era, man, I just don't know. I'm getting depressed out because I'm just thinking of this shit. Leave a comment about what you feel about this. Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? You know, don't dislike, or you can like it, but don't dislike. There's no fucking reason. Just because, you know, Cena's gonna, you know, fucking win, and I hate that. Don't leave a dislike because of that bullshit. You know, leave a comment saying, you know, what your thoughts on this is. Do you agree? Yes, no, maybe so. Subscribe, and I'm going to come back with more videos. It's probably more about WrestleMania 29. They do ways to fix it. And another good thing I'm going to say about this WrestleMania is also doesn't win the World Heavyweight title. Taker streak's going to go ahead. And, anything else is just maybe Jericho win the title with it. It's going to be a sad WrestleMania. I feel bad for those people who are going to pay for it. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I got to go. So, have a good one.